Okay. Little bit of a juggling act. There's my headphones. That's cool. So, right. Hi, guys. Live on Facebook, Terry James, uh, mindset coach, digital entrepreneur, spiritual badass. And got a bit of a story to tell. It's been a few days on the Facebook channels where I was going to do Where Your Demons At live for you. The car broke down, had to get that sorted. So I'm going live today. I've been on a 2-day summit doing about wealth creation, digital assets, and spirituality. And so I've been doing some cool stuff. We've got Matthew over on Instagram. That's cool. I'm on Clubhouse. I couldn't get on TikTok live because I don't have 1,000 followers. So if you got TikTok, go to Breaking Badlove 22. And that is a newish channel. I've been playing on it. I'm going to cover my own face up so I don't look at myself, but I can see the comments. I'm going live in 8 places on OneStream, Facebook, load of groups, LinkedIn. There's YouTube as well. So throw up some comments, throw us up some love. I'm doing my first Clubhouse room as well, audio. So I've plugged myself into there. I think that's right. Yeah, one here now. Cool, excellent. So you're listening in. I'm going to move this camera over as well. And that is for Instagram. I'm giving you a wave, Matthew. Thank you very much. Cool. So dealing with your demons. So I was unplugged from the matrix of my spiritual journey a good few years ago. And basically what happened then, I went on unplugged from the matrix. I went on a journey of self-discovery, as they say, right? Oh, the dog's come off. Come back upstairs. Come back up here, Cleo. Come on. Cleo, come up. Don't be afraid. People on the internet will love you, darling. It's all good, baby. Yes. So I was living in Spain. Things needed a change. I was a publican, party boy. I had a happy life. Didn't know any different. Used to like getting on the old coke, on the gear. Used to go to the gym a lot. Used to like drinking. Loved my football. But it wasn't a serving life. So it all crumbled down and went to shit, basically. And I thought, hello, Amor. Thank you very much for jumping on Instagram, giving you a wave. And I didn't want to carry on that life anymore. I knew that something had to change. That change starts within ourselves. So I went on that journey, and that's cool. So I came back to the UK. I basically studied hypnotherapy. Hi, Ice Cold. Thanks for jumping on Instagram. I'm going live on about 10 channels today, not on TikTok. So if anyone wants to go and give me a follow on TikTok, it's at Breaking Badlove 22. It's a new channel. It's going to be talking about the Breaking Badlove story and the journey, as it were, of how to break the bad love, the narrative, everything that we're in at the moment. So I was just filling people in that I came back from Spain 4 years ago after a messy breakup, and I wanted to grow. I wanted to learn about why basically we were so fucking messed up in our lives, in our own heads, and what we can do about it. So I went down the route of studying hypnotherapy, solution focused, because I don't like dwelling on problems and talking about them too much. I think we do that too much. We dwell, and we've got a negative bias, and we love to just fucking complain about everything. The Brits, especially, we're terrible at talking about the bloody weather all the time and how much it's raining. So if anyone wants a little tip, it's not rain, it's liquid sunshine. And it's about changing perspective. There's rain will rain somewhere in Africa, and it's an absolute godsend for them, right? So we're raining here. Where your focus goes, energy flows. So with studying hypnotherapy, that was mind blowing. Knowing about how our brains work, about neuroscience, why we suffer in the way that we do, but more importantly, what we can do about it. So with relaxation, sleep and breath and water, the 3 fucking things you're going to hear me talk about a hell of a lot across my channels. I used to drink more beer than water, to be fair. I've always been connected to the seaside as such. I lived in Spain for 10 years. Powerful thing, water. Don't want to swim in it too much. I don't trust what's in there, to be fair. Jack on Instagram, thank you very much. Giving you a wave, mate. If any of you want to go and jump over to TikTok and like the Breaking Badlove 22 page, that'd be great. I need 1,000 followers so I can go live on there as well. I'm going live in 10 places at the moment, 4 or 5 on Facebook. I've got LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and I'm doing my first Clubhouse room as well. So that is recording. So I came back from Spain, anxious, depressed, needed to go on a journey, unplugged myself from the matrix and wanted to seek clarity and to learn more and be around more like-minded people. Studied hypnotherapy, got into life coaching, knew that I had to do digital marketing to actually get in front of the eyes, grow the confidence and the skills, people, so that I could essentially help more people or just monetize it. Let's be honest, we got to earn money, right? So that went down that route, learned about digital marketing, network marketing, heard of a thing called affiliate marketing, found some fucking awesome products. Thank you for whoever said love this, so inspirational. We should have on Facebook actually had in the link a little tab or a URL or something for StreamYard. If you click on that, it will actually let me know who you are and what channel you're coming from. But thank you very much. So, I get very high vibe, guys, and I get very excited. I swear a lot. So if you don't like that, better fucking switch off, because I'm not going to rein it in. It is natural. It flows. I don't script stuff. I don't write stuff out, because then it's all sticky and it's nasty. I flow. I channel. My guides, my angels are with me, and it's just going to come out of me fucking raw. So, you love that or loathe that, that's fine. You can move. If you love it, ding dong, you're in the right place. I'm putting out my vibe, attracting my tribe. I've been in this space for a few years now. I've had some blockages along the way. That's all part of growth. I went from sort of wanting to help people learn about neuroscience, what's happening in our brains and bodies, studying hypnotherapy, going within, letting go of thought, meditation, oneness, all that. Beautiful. If you don't do it, try it. It might not be for you, but it's for fucking everybody. So get on it. And learn new skills, people. Learn new skills and grow. So I then met some awesome people that were in like the life coaching space, and we helped them to launch themselves. I will name drop them. Lewis Raymond Taylor, awesome guy, and Liam James Collins. I said their names right? Yeah, of course I have. And Johnny from Love Island. They started. I'm doing really well. Thank you very much on Facebook. Lovely for giving me up some love there. Thank you. If you're on your channels, throw some love, throw some shares, do that. Let's get this out to more people. They started a thing called the Coaching Masters, which is awesome. That was like alongside I was doing with a digital community of online entrepreneurs, and we were learning about marketing. We wanted to learn some new skills and frameworks so that we could actually help more people, because the biggest thing that holds us back in life, biggest blockages we have, is all to do with our mindset. So we've got to be able to think it, and then we're going to be able to actually visualize it and step into that space and that power. That's why I'm here today, guys. And actually today, first time I've ever done this, I'm going live on 10 channels. It wanted to be more, but I couldn't get on TikTok. So if you're not, so if you go over to TikTok at Breaking Badlove 22, like that, I need 1,000 people so I can go live there. I'm live on Club Rooms for the first time. We've got Instagram over here, and then right here in front, my omnipresence, I've got LinkedIn, 5 different channels on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. First time I've gone live on Twitter, updated one of my accounts, and yeah, we're going live fucking everywhere today, 10x in it. So these guys helped me to learn skills, pull myself apart, and start to really like grow and do the uncomfortable work of actually self-acceptance, self-worth. You have to kind of discover what the things are holding you back. So I was talking earlier on this week, I was talking about critics on my Facebook pages. I was also talking about dealing with your demons and facing them. A few nights ago, my guides, my angels were talking to me, and I listened to them, and I went and faced off something that was very painful for me. It's been painful for me. It's something that's held me back my whole life: conditioning, programming, mental abuse. You don't even know sometimes that it's happening to you. But everything's happening for us. So that's why I'm in this space now, knowing what I know with the strength and the skills to actually be able to deliver, inspire, and motivate other people to get out of their heads and into their life. And it's your responsibility to do that, the same as way it was me. I went quiet about a year ago. I was trying to do some new things. I moved back to Spain, wasn't working, had a lot of self-doubt still, and friends, family triggered that. And so it meant I went inwards again and then stopped and done even more healing and growing so I could move away from pain and step into pleasure. So NLP practitioner course, doing things like course creator with confidence and how to actually deliver and speak to people, getting real clear about what your message is, your why, the niche or niche if you're in America, of who you can help, who your people are, because if you're talking to the wrong people, it's going to slow you down. Put out your vibe, attract your tribe. So all these things are all used in my digital marketing business, and I can help other people to actually create wealth online, to create avenue streams of income so that you can make money in your sleep. Great products, great service. Don't muck around. I don't with low ticket stuff. I looked at your Juice Pluses and your Herbalives in the past, which are fucking awesome products, and I use them and I'll be an advocate for them into my health and fitness and wellness. But the three biggest pillars I can throw at you is water. Water. We're basically under, not hydrated. We're under this stress in our bodies through our minds, negativity, and this whole paradox and paradigm that we live in, which is false. So more people that are awake and smell the fucking coffee of the bullshit that you're being sold, don't comply with it, the more people that can stand together. It's not about being, I've got to be careful as well what I say, because certain places don't like it, and then you actually don't get your message out there as such. It gets kind of like restricted. So let's talk about V and unV'd. Let's talk about this sort of like this binary, non-binary, whether you're this color, you're that creed, you're this, you're that. Everything is kind of trying to pull us apart. We're human beings, people. Our souls are genderless. Our souls are ageless. And we don't come from anywhere. We come from a country or a place or a fucking planet. We're all energy, the same energy that's going to, like, if the aliens fucking drop down and there's these little green Martian men, they're made of the same stuff as we are. We've got stuff like in our mind, we live in a probably up to like a 7D world. We're talking about energy, vibrations, all these kind of things. And then we're basically conditioned and programmed from a very young age to basically switch that stuff off. So within your awareness, you can grow and kind of start using those muscles, flexing those muscles to actually have that awareness back. You all know that you get feelings sometimes and something doesn't feel right. Your gut is like your biggest brain. Trust that is your intuition. Look after your gut health too. We kind of conditioned and programmed to eat a load of shit and not look after our bodies, and we need to love ourselves, our bodies, so we can thrive. We need to breathe properly. We need to go within with meditation, hypnosis, so that we can program some of unlearning and reprogram some of this horrible, bad shit that's been put in there. And we need to choose. We need to choose happiness, choose love, and bring ourselves together. We're constantly being told, or we're not good enough, education systems, pharmaceutical systems, there's things, if we're not doing it right, you kind of get punished. And that's fine, because once we're aware, once we can start growing and learning, then things start to change, because where your perspective, where your focus is what you're going to create. So you can sure walk down the road and be, oh, my life's so crap, and why is this all happening to me? And you're going to get more of that shit. Or you can just unlearn a few things, learn some new things, have a bit of self-development, pick up a book, do some new things, move your body, choose to pick up an apple, something. I have a pick a mix. It's called Sweeties from the Earth. And it is basically like a fruit bowl. And people are having sweets and all that. and it's not good for you, not good for your body. You know, have a treat, because we've been conditioned that way. So even I will go, yeah, sod it. I have a beer, you know, mate's wedding or something. I have a smoke, you know, cigar with them, whatever, nice brandy, whatever it is. But everything's about balance, moderation, and knowing about, you know, what's sewering yourself. Whoever said, how you doing, dude? I'm fucking amazing, by the way. Live here on 10 channels. I've got Instagram over here. I couldn't go live on TikTok, so anybody on here, and I keep saying it through this, go on to at Breaking Badlove 22. I want 1,000 people on there so I can get TikTok live, and some like monetization tools. Unplugged, need your help with that. I'm on club rooms as well for the first time. I think it's live. Yeah, I think so. There's a thing flashing on it, so that's cool. So demons. Let's get to the subject matter and the Breaking Badlove. Breaking Badlove. People know me in Spain as Brett, or Brettsy. I've been known as Brettsy by my besties since I was like 15, maybe 14, 15. And they will call me Brettsy Badlove. I was known as DJ Badlove for a long time in Spain. And that was cool, because I used to feel it was quite funny, quite cool. Bad love, what's that about? Naughty sex, being a bit promiscuous, a bit of a townie, bit of a lad growing up. Love to get on the gear, love to smoke, like smoking the herb. And only up till very recently, I'll be honest with you, having, you know, that monkey off my back of not using alcohol and drugs to kind of desensitize myself from my own natural kind of high vibing state. So people say, I love your energy and this kind of stuff. And, you know, it would be labeled, if I was 20 odd years younger, be labeled as ADHD and all these other things. And they try and mask it with pharmaceutical drugs and chemicals. Well, fuck that shit. Think about letting people have their creative flow, let them, you know, be creative and really, really put their energy into things that are going to serve them and others. We're only as good as our circle of influence and the people we're around, the environment we're in. So you get to choose that too. So the biggest with dealing with your demons, I was speaking about critics and fake friends the other day. I then was going to do the dealing with demons, because I went and faced off someone that was very, very close to me for my whole life. 5 years ago, I didn't realize until this had happened that they were actually kind of taking advantage, or there was kind of like this more sinister kind of nature to them. And there was stuff going on that I didn't realize, programming, conditioning. When I studied NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, do with brain science, I believe now spirituality is that cannot be explained or portrayed in words, and spiritual is essentially the link between science and that cannot be explained. Religion and these kind of things is all the same shit in my view. Religion and stuff, it's all trying to go for the same thing, apart from religions are institutions and banks, and so someone stood at the front trying to, you know, take money or telling you must do this, you must do that. And I don't like being told by anybody what to do. Ask me and I'll bend over backwards for you. I'll help you any way I want. Disrespect, put me down, or kind of tell me, boss me around, then we're going to have problems. And that's fine. It's about having self-worth, being valued, and it starts within. So I called out this person that was like a mentor, father to me a year ago, and let go of a lot of things. The reason that happened was because I was setting up a hypnotherapy practice in Spain. I was helping people, and someone came and had a conversation with me, and they were talking about being abused by a family member. They mentioned a few things. I knew then, after doing my NLP practitioner course, that there were certain things in like language used in certain programs and things that are put in our faces that kind of induce fear into us and allows certain people's agendas or narratives to actually be played out, and we then go along with it. So by hearing that, I kind of went, oh, bam, and something came, was like, shit, I can't really help you, because I understand where you're coming from a bit more, but I've just realized that, you know, I've kind of had this happen to me. and I haven't dealt with it. So I'm not in a position to help you and give you advice and love and to support you, because I haven't dealt with it myself. So I went backwards in regards of, I went back to kind of do that healing, end up having reaching out to the wrong people, and had a bad accident. And lucky enough, because of the products and stuff I work with online, which is like water systems and drinking like the best water on the planet, I just using water, no creams, no medicines, was completely healed within like 12 days, which is absolutely amazing. I have a little bit of scarring under here, a little bit here, but you hardly see it. My ear was hanging off, I was in a mess. People were amazed that I was alive, that I'd survived having such a horrific head injury. But you look back on some of my Facebook posts and stuff from back then, I was like pretty positive still, which is, it wasn't a front, it really was genuine positivity. I was grateful, and grateful for the support. But it amazed myself, because before then, if I'd even had like a black eye or something, I wouldn't have gone into my pubs, I wouldn't have gone into work, would have, very much kind of wanted to shy away from that attention of people going, oh, what happened to you? But, I really don't give a shit really now, to be fair, about that. It's more about, kind of being authentic. And the more stronger I get, and the stronger and the more honest I am to actually share stuff with people, it feels like you kind of got like this big waterproof jacket on. So when it rains or liquid sunshine, it doesn't actually penetrate you. So this week, and it came up, it'd been over a year since this thing had happened, and I called this person out and said, like, I need to talk to you. They very much kind of was like, no, don't want anything to do with you, because the year before, I'd stopped playing along to singing their song and doing shit that they wanted me to do. That will all be coming out very soon. That'll be coming out in like podcasts that I'll be doing. I'll be talking about this stuff in club rooms as well. I'll be doing a lot of audio based stuff, and then I'll be using these other channels that you're watching me on right now just to do little snippets. So essentially, you won't see me live like this on one channel. It'll be a little snippet which will then take you to somewhere else where you'll get to access it. Okay, so then it means that people don't lose out. It means it's a lot more organized, and also it means I can reach more people. Okay, that's what it's about for me. Serving and giving value to people, and shining light in those dark corners for people that haven't got hold of a torch yet. And I want to be that light for people. And it's a bus ride, guys, and I'm going to take as many people, and you can grab onto me, and I'm going to take as many people with you as humanly possible. And anyone's welcome to get a ticket on the journey. Okay, all you've got to do is ask, and it is given, and you step into that power yourself. The most painful thing to do is to make decisions, actually make that first step. But once you've made a first step, it's not easy, but it can be if you change your perspective, because you only got to make like one small step towards what your desired outcome or goal is, or where you want to be, and really let go of where you are and what's happened to you, because everything was for you, and you think how fucking strong you are, and you can really step forward into greatness, whatever that may be. I've got a lot of great people that I work with online, and we all at times have different struggles pop up, but it's our responsibility to make the best of that. Mr. David over there giving you a wave, brother. Hope you and baby Ralph are okay. And you Kent. Gary from Burnley giving you a wave, brother. Good to have you on the gram over there. That's cool. I was really happy. I thought I'm a big Crystal Palace fan, guys. Don't hate me for it. I've had football pubs abroad, and I'm very much an advocate of football and oneness. I'm not a fanatical football fan. I do charity walks and stuff with the Crystal Palace Arsenal boys, and for prevention of male suicide, CALM, the campaign against living miserably. I've done scout mastering in the past. I've done some wonderful things to do with charity and stuff, but it does start with yourself. And now I don't do so much of that stuff, because I was kind of told by people in my online business and world, about mixed messages and focusing on one thing, promoting one thing. And actually a lot of the time it didn't really feel aligned with me, because more like this kind of shit is where I feel happiest, sharing the experiences, helping people to kind of step out of that darkness, because it's dark out there, guys. It's really dark, and once you understand why it's dark, you can start stepping towards the light. So I want to invite anybody that's on any of these channels. On Facebook, I've got a personal group called the Personal Freedom Movement. You can actually access it, I think, if you put personalfreedom.terrylifestyle.com. You'll get access, or you can just go the Personal Freedom Movement on Facebook and you'll get access. In there was a live, I did a masterclass and another live about was it how to stay positive even when you're surrounded by negative people. It talks about my truth, the paradigm that I live in. I believe and I feel it, that the paradigm we live in is completely false. We kind of live in an evil world, a negative world, and it's good for good reason. It's that way, and for good reason. It's why we all need to step into our greatness, our positivity, put our little positivity packs on, and then fucking march together. It's not about being separate, guys. We are one. We need to stand together. What's up, Cleo? So little Cleo's looking at me all funny. What was it? My aura shining really brightly. Come and sit back up here, darling. Come on. Get in here. Come on and say hello to the world. Come here. Oh, she's really shy. I had a really, really cool dog. About 15 years I had him. He died beginning of lockdowns last year, and that was really hard for me. But everything happening for me, I was always afraid of being on my own. Then I didn't really want another dog. My mum got another dog, and my sister and the boys, and they got this beautiful little thing, and I feel very connected to her. Yeah. Don't we? We're very connected, aren't we, Cleo? And I've got a very good relationship with animals. And for again another time, we'll talk, and you'll see on some of my channels things that I talk about in regards to spirituality, the energy around animals and stuff like that, and what they're here to do. Again, it might not be for you, but it's for everyone. And just try it on. It's my truth. It's how I see the world, and try it on for yourself. You're more than welcome to. So wherever you're listening into right now, I've got Instagram over here. I'm on live on my first Clubhouse room, which is would be Terry James 1981. Twitter's Terry James 1981. We've got YouTube channel, which will be mine with Terry James, mindset coach and digital entrepreneur. These things are going to be rebranded and changed very soon. LinkedIn, Terry James, you'll find that. And then, of course, on Facebook, it's Terry James. You can pretty much searchable at Brettsy, Bretsi, at any point, and there's not many Brettsy Badlove around. So, you'll find me. And even with my picture, you've got a nice picture of me talking on my phone, on my laptop, serving people from my actual fan page, which is great. It's actually best to go there, because there's only 5,000 people I can have on my personal profile, which is Terry James. That's at Brettsy. You'll find that. I think it's at Brettsy77 for the fan page. And that's where I can run adverts from and stuff like that. And I can actually have a bit more of an omnipresence, which means that I can go on one platform and then spread it out to many more. So let's get back to the Breaking Badlove and the demons. So I called out this person for the things that I'd realized that had been happening, and they weren't interested. So I wanted to talk to my family, my close family, about it. I did. It was painful. They were shocked. Go to the normal places of people sort of like blaming themselves, or wanting to I didn't realize or do more about people being like horrible or not being right, not doing things quite correctly, fuckers in our lives. So, but it was good. That monkey was off my back. It was out. And then just moving forward, wanted it kind of like put to bed and left. The year afterwards, I basically had no contact. Didn't really speak about it at all. And I honestly felt like I'd been like psychologically, spiritually kind of attacked in some way, found it very hard. I ended up stopped doing hypno and stuff with people and life coaching because I felt there was shit that I needed to sort out. So I ended up finding myself through a period of time homeless, penniless as well. I started smoking weed again, and that was like almost like a protection, and it kind of kept me a bit grounded in the sense of desensitizing my feelings, but also massively it was going to be holding me back, and I knew that. So I came back. I had some really, really good friends. When family kind of had, like, it felt like they'd given up. They said no, not doing anything more to help you, because I'd fallen into a bit of victim mentality again, and I didn't stay there for long. I had close friends that had managed to sort of get me back from Spain. I got a job, done like the worst fucking jobs I've ever done in my life. But what it did was it brought me back down to earth. It reminded me of why I got out of the pub game to start with. It reminded me of why I was always like a boss, a leader, and that's why and why I wanted more out of life. So I went about kind of rebuilding and doing those building blocks. So I spent a few months doing that, and thank you very much for the people that know who they are that really, really helped. Thank you, love you. Could have done it without you, and it won't be forgotten. So then I seek new mentorship and direction from like more spiritual gurus and teachings. Learn a lot more stuff about our bodies, our minds, which was great. Importance of really like breathing. Law of attraction's one thing, but what they don't tell you is law of attraction pretty much comes from lack most of the time. Doing affirmations, gratitude, and you're writing it and you're saying it from a place of where you don't have it. Whereas the real trick, the real kind of golden nugget is to get real good about kind of breathing out trauma as such, and if things, being aware of triggers, things that highlight, things that piss you off within people's language, what they do, but then highlighting why that happens, and where it's come from, the origin. So the where it's been inherited from, because a lot of the time you're not your thinking, and a lot of the things that hold us back in life actually aren't ours to start with. They're just a belief that's been gifted to us. But beliefs aren't absolute. Beliefs are just strongly held opinions. I'm gonna have a little peek. Oh, we've got 5 people on. Throw us up some love hearts and stuff like that, guys, would you? That'd be awesome. Yeah, that would be really, really grateful if you could do that. I need to ask for people to help me on my journey, and you're going to really, really help me by sharing things like this, by making comments so that we can engage with one another, talking to each other in the chat as well, and connecting, because the world is, entrepreneurship in the modern day is all about people helping people, and it's about transfer of knowledge, skills, and education. Essentially, we're in a digital economy, a creator economy, where people are creating, and people are seeking connection, but you're either a consumer or a creator. As you can see, I'm a creator. You may be a consumer, but that can easily change. There's lots of things you can do to level up, to monetize. Social media, it's real estate, for fuck's sake, so use it wisely. And if that's not your bag, and you're happy doing your job, and you've got your house, your family, and what have you, and that's fine, that's cool. But we are in the metaverse. Facebook's doing an awesome job, and so is Amazon, are actually innovating and helping us to get services and products even quicker and more affordable than ever. So embrace that. And I've been doing even a summit the last 2 days about digital wealth creation, about reoccurring income. And I share that with people. I don't share it yet. I share it when I do it. And so this is just one of the things that why I'm actually gone fucking live on like 10 different places at once. It's utilizing. I can do this once, and I never would have put it to 10 different places, you see. So it's about boxing smart, boxing clever, and getting out to more eyes, more viewers, because anybody can do this. It's just about learning, pivoting, believing in yourself, and having the right people around you. I've had to let go of a lot of people, and this was, go back and check some lives on my personal page, from this week. Actually, there's about critics, there's about identifying fake people, and it was building up to this, building up to like, where are your demons at? because when the other day I had actually I was saying I am true. I'm very much a sharer. My mum basically had a bad dream and she was worried about me and she was telling me about it and it wasn't a nice thing to hear. And I was like, well, thanks for sharing. Wow, I'm like, take that away from me. But she was worried about some stuff, and I don't want her worrying about things that were out of her control. But some things were in my control. So then I had a dream. And I had a dream about some really nasty stuff. And I was like, okay, it's a time for me to face said person. So I went about going up there and standing there in front to say, you've, how are you? I wanted to, and you're going to know all about this when I write Breaking Badlove book. I'm going to talk about it in pods, probably even repurpose that and do it in Clubhouse as well. So essentially, I'm stood there. I've actually got a really skilled guy in Nigeria at the moment, does digital art, and he's actually doing the artworks actually for all of these experiences that I'm talking about. He's following the journey and I'm working with him, and he's doing artwork for it as well, which will be turned in future into things like NFTs, if you know what that is. If you don't, then we'll you can learn about that stuff later, and actually helping to him to escape the trap that he's in over there in Nigeria, because we need to help creative people to flourish and to thrive and to get them out of where they are, because sometimes people, you've got gold and look, diamonds are created under pressure, aren't they? Right? So I've been told or called like a diamond from the rough, or a rough diamond in the past, and we can highlight and grow together, and like attracts like, and creative people, there's creative people all over the place that are unknown. I do security work, and the reason I do that is because I'm valued there massively, and I've got a lot of what's it called? Oh, Tammy, hello there, giving you a wave up on Instagram. Hi, Tammy. Got a lot of experience with people, reading people with vibes, and it's nice to be nice. So a night like last night, and there's problems that come about and people need help, I can help, and I get to talk to people and I get to give value. So I love being involved there. But it's a live music venue. Look it up. It's called Tummy Dwells Forum. It's great. It's nowhere quite like it in the UK. It's a grassroots venue. It's been there like 30 odd years. I've had some really big names before they're famous come through. And, there's a lot of like mental health and self-worth that happens with creators, because people are quite connected to the divine, connected like spiritually. And it's about them actually stepping into their true power. And people who understand what I'm talking about speak the same language, but there's not that many people that really truly get it. I mean, this is for everyone, guys, but it might not be for you just now. So we don't preach at people. It's up for people to step into their power and to like break the shackles of where they are, whether it's like self-doubt or not feeling worthy or loved. I mean, these are all things that are fucking projected on us from school, from family, and it's okay. It's all right. It's no one's fault and no one's to blame, because we're kind of victims, programmed by victims, and everyone's just trying to do their best bit. But what it is our fucking responsibility to do something about it. All right. It's our responsibility to highlight these things. It's called shadow work, when things trigger you, and step into that, that painful work of actually shedding it. So this week was massively me shedding the last layer of this fucking paradigm that I didn't realize had actually the demons, and the negativity, that paradigm had actually been something that had been holding me back on a cellular and a cellular level my whole life, whether it be family influences, the negativity, the haters, the critics. And like I just said before, if I've got, wealth in body and mind, which makes me like the fucking richest man on the planet, gives you a certain level of focus, clarity, and tenacity to not allow things to bother you. So if any of this is resonating with you guys, throw us up some love, throw us up some likes, tell us where you're, say hello, because then I can call you out. That would be great. I'm live on 10 channels at the moment. I'm not live on TikTok. I want it to be, but you need 1,000 followers. So I need people's help with that. So can people go over to @Bretsy no, sorry, fuck that, scrub it, at Breaking Badlove 22, and that's the first place I've actually launched as the brand that I'm creating, so that I can really make an impact and help people. It's going to be the Breaking Badlove, is the brand, and that's the message, and with me, Terry James, and some people know me as Bretsy. So I was there, standing there, shedding my demons, because I didn't know why I was getting these signs. I was being told to go and basically put out an olive branch, so I wasn't then stood at someone's funeral in years to come going, you know, what if, and have all these questions unanswered. And I'm fucking glad I went, because there was one whole side to this that I didn't even realize, I hadn't even thought of. And this is why it inspired me to say, oh, where's your demons at? And you need to face off the light so you can face it off so you can step into your power. I don't know, what did I write? It was something like, oh, I can't remember. It was the other day. Oh, wow, nice room, thank you. So there's a weird message thing happening on Clubhouse. I was like, you need to do the uncomfortable work sometimes, because you bury trauma within your body. You like suck it up. We don't even breathe properly. We're upper lung breathers. We need to breathe deep into our bellies and into our chest, filling it up. And we can breathe conscious abdominal breath work. So powerful, because we actually hold trauma at a cellular level, and that has to be gone at some point, and you can loosen it up. I mean, I've gone on a fitness journey this last kind of, well, it's about 60 odd days in now. I haven't, I failed what I started to do, and I wanted to do something. I failed that, but I've carried on the momentum. I'm still doing well, still on point. I've been, last week, some of you might have seen on Facebook, I'm now in a relationship with an absolute fucking belter of a girl from America. We're going to be getting together very soon. And that's like all part of manifesting, stepping into your power. We've been connected for a few months, on each other's radar. I didn't realize that she'd been basically like following me in the background and kind of become my biggest fan. And then, first of all, when there was messages being exchanged, I was like, well, this is too good to be true. You're going to start asking me for fucking tokens. You can start asking me for Instagram. What are they called? Not Instagram. It's like Amazon gift cards or something. And no, none of that. And the first time when I sort of said, kept it all secret, and then came out, so we were in a relationship, and I had a few people around me, like friends, really, that are like, oh mate, you're punching, or oh, this can't be real, kind of thing. Oh, I'm just worried about you. And I just said, I just laughed, oh, do you need a hug? Do you don't like it when other people seem happy? Oh, bless you. So it's more about other people than it is about you. And if you build up a certain level of awareness and self-worth, then you know what I mean, people's own opinions and stuff don't bother you, because you've got a good product. You know where you're going, you know what you're thinking, and you've done your due diligence, and they're not the people that have what you want. So you only listen to people that have what you want, whether it be success or experience. People, but do identify when people are genuinely just sort of like just making sure you're all right, or you've seen a different perspective, because part of growth integrally is to actually be able to step back and go, okay, well, there's plus here, there's minus there, there's this balance in the middle. And for us to be like truly awesome, you're going to highlight the darkness, and for you to actually step into positivity, you're going to need to know what negativity is, right? Was or is, right? So there's me thinking, right, at some point I need to have the conversation where I can say, olive branch wise, because I'd already said I love you and forgive you and don't want to go any further, because seriously, there could have been some serious fucking shit hit the fan with the stuff that I'm going to expose in the Breaking Badlove story, in the book, and to help and inspire others. And there's a lot of people that know this shit, to be fair, because I've said it, I've been open with it. And that's what I love about me sometimes, is why I say the truth never lies. So someone can ask me now, they can ask me 5 years ago, and they'll ask me in 5 years to come. And I will say exactly the same thing, because the truth doesn't lie. The truth doesn't need to be changed and manipulated. So stand in your truth. The right people will love you for it, and the wrong people can fuck off. Basically, and building up that resilience and not being a people pleaser and trying to, go along with whatever was going to keep most of other people happy is bollocks, in my opinion. I think you do really have to be selfish sometimes and do what's right for you and know the different perspectives, because then you can angle things and know, oh, is that person saying I'm selfish because they really want me to do what they want to do? So does it make them selfish? Or is it because I haven't seen it? And then actually, they might have a point. Or if it's something that's holding you back, you can change your perspective, certainly, to be like, well, who wouldn't this be a problem for? Or how would my friend deal with this? Who would nail it? Like, who would really fucking, create, a different way of doing something, whether it be dealing with a situation or handling something, So there's me standing there, and I wanted to gauge very, very quickly whether or not, this person was going to be like, oh, it's so nice to see you, come in, and kind of be maybe apologetic or put more value on the relationship, because I always have. Years ago, and even growing up with people, you lend them money and then they ignore you, and it's because they're guilty that they can't pay you or whatever. But I've always put more value on the relationship. And if they turn around and just said, look, fucked up or whatever, I'd be like, no problem. I've fucked up more times than most people. Mistakes make you, totally, and it completely, the best way to learn is failure. And I know that in the gym, been on a fitness kind of journey, and I'm not actually in the gym as much as I want to be and could be. I actually want to be heading there soon, actually, because I want to be listening into some training from yesterday. I'm going to watch Crystal Palace play Everton, and then I've got to get back home. I'm going to have to make some food, and I'm off to the club tonight because lots of people have come down with said cold or flu, and they can't actually go to work. So I've actually picked up the slack and said, well, let's not cancel people's gigs. We've got staple nights coming up, which basically means like up and coming bands. So there's small gigs and people that aren't used to being on stage. So it's really important for those guys to get those experience. So I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll pick up the slack. I'll come up and I'll be there. I'll stand there and create the security and do all that kind of stuff so the venue can open, and that's cool. And you never know, everything's purposeful. There might be someone that walks in that really needs someone like me to kind of give them a hug, or it might be that maybe I meet someone that changes and influences something that I'm doing really, really differently and changes my life. So it's about being in receivership mode, learning. We're all students, and good things are happening for us all the time when we stay present. Because if we're thinking into the future, it's where anxiety is. And if you're thinking about the past, it's fucking depressing. So I'm stood there on the doorstep of the house of debauchery. Picture the scene, standing there on my knee, the light behind me saying, I forgive you, I love you. And you have to live with what you know is the truth. But if you want to stand there and say that it's me that's caused problems, me that's telling lies, that's fine. I can live with that because I've offered you the hand. I've offered you the hand to say, it's okay, let's move forward. But if other people can't let things go and say, no, that's it, you're dead to me, these kind of things, it's like, wow, you could have been in so much trouble and you weren't, through my choice, my actions. But I pray for you, I love you, God help you. Because you've got to fucking live with that. Your soul has to go on its journey. And I'm deeply into this spiritual stuff, guys, and what I believe. And might not be for everyone, but it's my truth. So people can try that on. You can go into the Personal Freedom Movement on Facebook. It's a private group, and you can check out a video that I've done, a masterclass around how to stay positive when surrounded by negative people. Goes into how my paradigm of us being energy beings, we're not like physical, we're not just meat suits, we're souls with a body. Our souls are ageless, our souls are genderless, and our souls will come back. We're all energy, the same energy that creates everything around. We're made of that, and the universe is made of that. And so, when we start shifting what we think we know to what new stuff, or what we knew, and then, well, because once you start knowing new stuff, it's what you new, right? And it's not what you know, because now you know new stuff. And once you know something, you can't unknow it. But it's about connection. So I managed to walk away from that situation, and I was like, wow. Said person, and this is where the demons stuff goes, really. I didn't realize that behind the scenes, since over a year ago, there was a narrative being played out where I was the bad person, and I was getting that energy. I was feeling that energy, and I didn't know where it was coming from. I was cutting cords and doing the self stuff, and surrounding myself with light and protection. But that was like from family. And so, being that it's the same blood, it's probably more powerful. So, because you're talking about like ancient, what's it called? Ancient ancestors and like bloodline and stuff. So that shit's like real powerful. But I forgive them too, because they probably know in their hearts that it doesn't kind of feel right, but they want to support someone. I'm also really happy as well that person isn't completely on their own, telling their lies, because everyone's worthy of love. And and I see everybody. I see people now as children. I see them as energy, and I see them as auras. So whereas I'll see someone, I meet them, I really do see them as a child. I see their not their imperfections, but more their insecurities. I'd say, yeah, there's a better word. If you see me looking up sometimes, it's because I have stuff come into my head. So I look up and I'm like thanking it. So yeah, it's the insecurities that we carry is stuff to do with our inner child. And our inner childs need nurturing. And the only person that can do that is us. And it could be that you've had failed relationships. It could be the bad relationships with parents. It could be that you weren't cuddled enough. It could be that you had traumatic things happen. So it's really, really important to do that work. Again, it's not for everyone, but it is for you. And if it's not for you now, and people that are like talk to me about the religious stuff, they talk about Jesus and the sacrifice he made for our sins. And I do resonate with some of that stuff. I just don't like it when it's some dude with a cape up at the front that's fucking, and it's been over time in history in Catholic Church, and these people have been fucking nonces and fucking fiddling with fucking children and shit. So I don't, and that's not putting everyone in that category, in that bracket, but I don't particularly like it with one person standing there preaching to other people, when I think that you don't need, I think the divine is, and I know the divine is within each of us. It's not actually somewhere it needs to be worshipped in a place as such. It's within you. But if you like going to that place because it fuels you and because it's about community, then fucking amen, brother and sister. And that's what it's about, okay? Rather than, I have to go to church to do this. It's like, well, no, you go there for community and for oneness and to get support. And I get that. So you see how I've reframed it. So, and there's a lot of great, holy people and people that do stand up there telling stories and stuff. And so, amen to them. So I felt that like sort of having that level of awareness was important to share with people. So with the whole Jesus thing, it means that basically everybody like living in a living hell, like right now, that we live in on this existence, it's a choice to shine the light where you want, and that's what you'll create, and that's what you will experience. So people can basically repent and be forgiven for their sins when they die. And I believe the real true meaning of life is to get to that point before, like I have. Hello, Lady London. How you doing? Where you calling in from? Give us some lovely likes over there on Instagram. I'm live on about 10 channels at the moment, so thank you for jumping on over there. I believe it's like having that level of realization and actually letting go of all that other shit, like letting go of the negativity, the fear, letting go of what doesn't serve you, and beating yourself up, because essentially we're all the abuser and the victim of ourselves in our lives, because we've been programmed that way. We've been programmed to fear not being good enough here, or fear missing out on that, or not being good enough, or and it starts from within. So that's when my beautiful girlfriend Emily and I have our little chats, and we really empower each other and support each other, and really been sent, our souls are so kind of connected. And she and I both absolutely love that connection. So no one else can fuck with that, basically. And she fuels me to do stuff I know that I don't want to hang around, and I can spend another year kind of being unsure and when I could be doing shit like this, right? So I've been able to step into a space where I can inspire and motivate other people by talking about experiences, by talking about the deep work that has to be done, and where your demons are at, they're fucking closer to you than you think. Okay? Because the negativity doesn't like the light shining. So people that are shining really fucking brightly are going to have moths coming around them because they're attracted to it, feeding off of it almost. But sometimes they might be trying to discredit or bring you down. Now that's your choice to allow it or not. So where I'm going to leave this today is 2022 is happening. No, darling, it was me. Sorry. She thinks someone's at the door. No, darling, it's only me. What's knocking at the door is a realization for you to step into your fucking power and oneness. What's really, really important for people to understand is that you are not your thinking, that everything starts with a thought, and where your focus goes, energy flows. We are creative beings. We live in an infinite universe, which is basically light, energy, flashing in and out of existence. And that's you too. We're all connected, and we do get to choose. So if you can think it, you can feel it. If you can feel it, you can be it. And if you can feel it, be it, see it. Powerful stuff. So there are going to be opportunities, not now. There are going to be opportunities coming up before the new year where I'm going to be opening up some new things. Going to be reaching out, attracting more people, creative, awake people that want to make small shifts, little support, or to learn some new stuff. So there's going to be great opportunities for people to work with me. And when I say work, you're thinking about the old way. What I'm talking about is just being friends and have a connection. When I've stepped into this whole looking for friends thing and giving from my heart, I've met some amazing people in this last month, couple of months actually. Some people then go quiet. Some people, for some reason or another, their demons show their faces because they step into that light and they come out. Then all of a sudden, it comes back on top, and they then highlight stuff that's holding them back, that they haven't worked through, or oh fuck, didn't realize that was a problem, and they have to retract a little bit for their own protection, and that's fine. They're going to go do that healing, just like I did for almost a year or so in a 4-year journey, and then they're going to come back stronger. And there might be some things that come up when I'm doing new stuff that's going to be fearful for me. That might trigger me. But now that you have the space and the resources and have ordinary people but extraordinary tools with the right intentions, everything's possible. Honestly, I voice note a ton of a lot. And I've got some really close people that are friends with me. And they are like family, but different family. Because family in the old way is family where you have to let people get away with things. You give people allowances, and people say things that hurt people, and they create spells and are misjudged, and they try and project shit on you because they say they want to protect you, but they don't see that for you, or they don't see themselves doing it, probably more to the point, right? And so therefore they don't really want to see other people thriving. But when you can step into a space where you're winning together and you really want to support one another, and I've got some very, very beautiful people, blessed people around me, and I will sense through their language, because only 90% is only 10% is spoken. 90% is through feeling, vibration, energy. And I'll sense that they need a little boost, or they just need a little tweak, a little change in perspective. And if I can do that and offer that and be that, then that's great. And I can be that for anybody. So the Personal Freedom Movement, you can go personalfreedom.terrylifestyle.com. So personalfreedom.terrylifestyle.com. And that's a personal Facebook group. And you've got some really good resources and videos. And I don't even deliver them as well as I'm delivering this one, because again, it's about growth. We grow as we go. So, have you been in the wrong place most of your life? Well, maybe I was in the wrong place most of the time, but you have to be in the right place occasionally. For you to be in the wrong place and to be learning stuff or move away from that pain towards pleasure, today is totally your day. If you're getting this on any of the channels on a replay, please put hashtag replay. Give me your name. Say what resonated with you, what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Actually, that's a better conversation sometimes when people can put up a critic and say, I didn't like this, didn't like that. That's great. Throw that up. That makes you happy. Fuck it. Do that. So we're all about breaking bad love and stepping into our true power. We've got to learn, let it go. And I can help you along the way. But I'm only going to do as much as open a door for you because you've got to help yourselves. And that's what it's all about. So being in the right place, the right time, the right opportunity, having your eyes open. And today is that day, 2022. We're really fucking shit up. we're coming. And yeah, it's an exciting time to be alive. It's a digital creator economy. All this stuff, metaverse is blowing up. Absolutely amazing. So hope you're well. Take care of each other. I'm going to leave Clubhouse. Goodbye. That's done. I'm leaving Instagram. Goodbye. I think that's what I do. And I'm still live on another 8 channels. So thank you very much, Twitter. First time I've actually been live on here. Never really done much on Twitter because Twitter's the worst place for fucking trolls. So if you're trolling Twitter, then I might even pull myself out of there. But YouTube's going to be like a massive resource for me moving forward because it'll be the place I'm actually going to be when I'm shooting audible content. The lives are actually going to be going onto a channel on YouTube. LinkedIn, we love Linky. A lot of business to business, a lot of straight talking people offering product services. Love Linky. Facebook, the old faithful, can't even talk. The old faithful Facebook is where most of you guys are, most of you people. Okay, and that's where I spent most of my time over the last kind of like 5 years. So thank you. Throw us up a hashtag replay. Be kind to yourself and each other. I'm going to take this little thing off now so I can actually see myself. Otherwise, I just sit there looking. Yeah, going to get myself to the gym. Keep following that fitness journey. I've stopped doing my weekly check-in. Well, I'm doing the check-in, but I'm not actually doing the photos. The reason for that is because I want to see more progress. So on New Year's Eve, I'll be doing one of those, and I'll be just talking a little bit about how share video. How I got on the 75 days and what I've learned and what I've created. So that's cool. Oh, it's been exactly an hour. So thank you very much. Throw us up hashtag replay. Remember, in here's loads of resources. There's loads of places you can go and actually on channels and get extra resources and connect with me. And do connect with me. You're welcome to connect with me. And I often voice note people, and you're really going to feel the energy and the vibes. And if I pick up on anything that I think limiting belief or language that you're using, I'm going to tell you. There's no fluffing you. This is the time of the breaking bad love. And everything starts with ourselves, right? So see you later, guys. Take good care of yourselves. End the broadcast. Peace. Love ya. Peace.